Hello, and welcome to the TBI podcast, Those Bored Individuals. What up, my creche? It's me, Fresh, and welcome to a brand new episode of the TBI podcast.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey.
And we're all here. Rowan, Michael, everyone.
Totally everyone.
So,
There is never anyone else.
yeah.
Never. You know me at the moment.
Yeah, we were going to have Kirsty as part of the podcast again, but once again, she backed out. And meanwhile, Dudley's still off on his spiritual adventure, so he won't be joining us either. So, but regardless, the three of us are here, and hopefully that'll be enough to entertain you all.
Hopefully. I'm sure it will.
So, how's everyone been since the last podcast?
I'm sure you guys didn't come here to listen to me gripe about work, so...
No. Fair enough.
But, well, let's just say a lot of things are happening at work right now, and a lot of poor timing on my manager's part.
Oh dear.
If you want more details, say it now. If you want me to shut up, also say it now. Because
Well-
I will go off.
Well, you have caught my interest, so what has been happening, Rowan?
So, as you folks may know, I have recently changed departments. I used to be on the phones, where I was forced to sit there and answer phones all day, one after another. Bring, 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 bring. Constantly, to the point where I was starting to hear it in my dreams, and I yearned for silence.
Oh God.
How lovely.
Yeah, it's great.
Jeez.
Did I ever tell you guys that one time early on in my my tenure at that department, I actually was half asleep one time, and while I was dozing off, I actually went out loud, "Is that an initial consultation or a follow-up you're looking for?" And I popped awake.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, that's separate to the issue. Anyways, I transferred over to live chat / emails, and since then my mental health has increased dramatically, since now inbound calls are now intermittent and not nearly as frequent, which is nice.
Hmm.
Oh.
Live chat is it's not terrible, but it's certainly not my favorite.
I see.
So, in recent times, what's been happening is, at work, we get emails, and sometimes those emails aren't very helpful to reaching our targets. Like, the way targets work for us is that we have to get like a certain amount of initial appointments booked via these emails, and that can be rather difficult when you're only given about 50 emails a day, and majority of them are nothing to do with appointments. And instead you get things like requests for recruitment or sponsorships or some of the most bizarre nonsense you have ever seen in your life.
Oh boy.
Like, I'm sure some of them I can't even say on this podcast because of the content is not exactly what we would say child-friendly, as most healthcare-related issues are not.
Right.
I mean, I can tell you one of the more standout ones, and Daniel can make the executive decision about whether or not that's allowed on the podcast, in which case just a nice long prolonged censorship beep can play.
Yeah.
So if this happens to be the cut where this story does end up being graphic, you're just gonna hear like a 5-minute long censor beep just over this whole story. Just it'll be just like static or white noise.
Oh my God.
But regardless,
Or
bring
the
it on.
no signal sound with the coloured bars and the...
Oh yeah.
Anybody
Yeah,
remember
okay.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, in any case, bring it on.
Alright, let me pull up this bad boy.
Oh, okay.
I've got it on a... sometimes when I get some very interesting ones, I send them to myself so that I can tell people about them.
Oh, how lovely.
Nice.
Yeah. So, the most recent one in question is the following. Hello, I wish to release a frozen embryo and have it sent to me so that I can make a piece of jewellery. How can I go about doing this?
It,
Huh.
what?
Embryo
Uh,
sent over to make jewellery.
A
You
human?
heard it here,
A
folks.
human embryo?
Mm-hmm.
I just had to process that for a moment.
What? What?
I think we both having a breakdown here.
We're not even like. This is like the 6-minute mark, and we come out with that?
You get the best stories from me, I can say that much.
So
Yeah, I can
so
tell.
so wait, hang on. So this person's requesting to have I'm hoping their own embryo frozen and made into a piece of jewelry. For what reason, might I ask?
Presumably, as it is jewellery, it is meant to be worn.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, now that you highlight it, they did not specify that it was their own embryo, just to release a frozen embryo. So,
Oh,
I mean,
God, imagine that conversation starter. Ooh, that's a nice piece of jewelry. Where'd you get it from? Okay, you're not going to believe this. Some random idiot left this embryo just out in the freezer, and I thought, hey, I would wear that around my wrist. Here, check it out.
what?
It'd be like the most messed up Omnitrix I've ever heard in my life. Just a bracelet of DNA samples,
yeah.
except this one, it's a full-on being that could have had a chance at life.
Yep. So that was a bit of a digression, but just to highlight the kinds of inquiries that my department gets that, frankly, we cannot help with. Like, even if I wanted to in this scenario, which I wouldn't, I would not have the clearance to do anything to have anything to do with it because A, I only book the consultations. I am not physically at these hospitals, and B, I'm 90% sure that would fall under the fertility department. So, so I forwarded that bad boy onto my manager and just like quietly copy and pasted it onto my own chat so that I could cherish it forever.
Yeah, best way to do that, I suppose.
Happy Easter.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's the fact that we get those kinds of inquiries as well as like requests for work or work experience or sponsorships and other stuff that we just do not have any sway over. And even if we did, it wouldn't do us any good for reaching our targets, and reaching our targets is how we get bonus. So ideally we want to do that. Which has since then resulted in our management going, okay, we're clearly going to have to put down some boundaries and ground rules here so that we can actually make some headway with reaching our targets. So now they are insisting that all email shifts are to be done at office. Which wouldn't be too bad if, 1, I live 45 minutes away driving on a clear day. 2, there are multiple roadworks happening in my town, which make it almost impossible to leave at any given time. And 3, I have been taking the trains only to find that the platform that is just outside my work is under renovation and is thus closed.
Oh, no.
Which has now forced me to take the train, overshoot it by 1 station, get off, get onto the other platform, and wait for another train to come in so that I can double back onto the second platform and get to work that way.
Oh, dear.
That sounds a lot.
And I have been doing that, only to find out that this week trains are closed Monday and Tuesday, and a bus link is being set up instead.
Oh,
Christ.
great.
So, my manager could not have chosen a worse possible time to start insisting that everyone come in on their email shifts.
Oh.
And it's not just me either that is very displeased with this. I have people that are living in in Stirling and Clydebank who have to drive for a little bit over an hour. Needless to say, quite a bit of descent happening.
Yeah.
Yep. Thankfully, it's just for this month, but even though I comparatively despise live chats, I think I'll be taking quite a few of those since we're actually allowed to do those at home. So, either way, Office is not going to be seeing me very often.
Yeah. And then that sounds a lot.
So, that's my grump session, but otherwise, my life has been quite well, living on my own, buying myself little odds and ends to spark joy, as Marie Kondo would say.
Very nice.
Yep,
Living
and
good.
in that time, since the last podcast, Dudley once again came up to visit, and
Oh, yeah.
the two of us and Kirsty, we managed to see your apartment for the first time.
Yep, they came straight by to my flat, and we had ourselves a nice little horror movie marathon.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Sorry you couldn't
I
join us,
missed out on
Michael.
that.
Yeah, we really need to try and get you in on this next time.
I agree. I'm going to start my horror movies we can watch.
Yeah, we ended up watching 3 throughout the whole day.
Out of the 6 we had.
Yeah, I basically had this app where we spun the wheel and decided at random which ones we would put on and such. So
Ah, nice.
we put on Annihilation, we had The Woman in Black, and Cabin in the Woods. So,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. I mean,
And we all had a great laugh.
I can't remember if I've seen Cabin in the Woods, but that name rings a bell.
Yeah. I've mentioned it before in the podcast, but Cabin in the Woods is one of my favorite horror movies because,
I can see why.
yeah, I won't say what happens in it because it's better if you experience it for yourself, but it's quite the experience, let me tell you.
I can imagine.
Because it's also kind of a wee funny poke at other horror movies of that style, as it were.
Kind of similar to Dream then.
Yeah, and outside of the movie, Kirsty and Dudley started this running joke of just coming up with all sorts of... I don't know why they were doing this, but for some reason it was like, ooh, a cabin in the woods. A cabin that's made of wood.
Cabin.
A wooden cabin with a wooden door
And in
frame.
this wooden cabin in the woods, that there is a wooden picture frame depicting a picture of the woods that is in the cabin in the woods, made of wood.
Oh, look, and there's also a picture of a cabin out of the woods. And it's like...
Oh my god.
It's
But
like...
it is still made of wood, therefore it is technically a cabin in the wood.
Oh god.
I don't know
It
why...
was hysterical.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I don't know why this came about, but I'm glad it did because it just went on for like the next
The
40
entire
minutes.
movie.
I
Yeah.
really thought that would annoy me so much. Shut up.
Oh, dear.
But it was just one of those stream of consciousness things that you really can't plan for. It just happens.
Yeah.
Plus, if there were any other moments that we couldn't look at the screen for too long, there was a lovely painting in Rowan's flat that everyone just cast their attention to.
Oh, it's not the painting I'm seeing now, is it?
I wouldn't know which painting you're looking at, but
On the website?
The one in my background.
Yeah.
so yeah.
That's the one I'm seeing right now.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one. I'm looking at it now.
I would be completely stupid and that's the completely different painting.
So yeah, we would cast our eyes to that if something got too gory or too violent. Like, oh, that's a nice painting. Oh, I love the composition on that. Okay, the scene's over. Okay, back to the story.
Yep. It's good to have a few statement pieces.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna have that distraction sometimes.
Yep.
Oh, you and Kirsty were in sync that night. Like, I couldn't believe
We
just
really were just...
I couldn't believe just how alike you two are. So
Yeah, I was surprised too. Like, I half expected her to be more like you, a lot more calm and soft spoken and just a nice, not to say she's not nice, but more like oh yes, yes,
Yeah.
very fun. But she's got something going on up there, and I am living for it.
Oh boy.
yes.
We have very similar senses of humor, me and Kirsty, and that has been a joy to experience.
She's really integrated with us. That's why I love her.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Very spicy.
What?
Speaking of spicy, we got some Cards Against Humanity going at the end of it all as well, which was an absolute laugh.
Oh yeah. I got a little concerned when one question came up saying, "How are you maintaining your relationship status?" Oh no. So
Yeah, I know now. Yeah.
yeah, I got quite a few interesting responses. So
I want to know how to answer that one.
well, I went for the one that felt most truthful. So but I won't bring that one
Good
up
answer.
because
Yeah, that's fair.
because that'll only spark more outlandish thoughts. But in any case, it was a great night.
Yeah, I'm cool. Hopefully next time I'll join in on the fun.
Yeah.
Yes, next. We can finish off the movie marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're listening to the TBI podcast. So how have you been, Michael?
Well, as you know, I've been pretty busy myself, which is probably one of the reasons why I haven't been able to come up to Scotland when you guys were doing that. So what I've been doing is I've been undertaking some work experience recently, and which is mostly involved with my photography, and also alongside with some social media stuff in the national department. So what I've
Nice.
been doing is that I've been using my photography skills to help promote their business and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Nice.
So my photos have even showed up on their websites a few times, which is very nice to see. So, getting myself out there in the world pretty much, getting my experience more and all that. Which is really cool.
Getting yourself out there by going to a prison.
Hell yeah! I was going to mention that. Yeah, I'm just doing that at a prison, which I cannot say the name of because that'll probably reveal where I am. So I'm not going to do that.
Good idea.
You're catching on. That's what I like to say.
Yes, but yeah, I've been doing that at a prison, and obviously I've just been doing normal volunteering stuff at shops and stuff that's pretty basic. But the main one I've obviously been doing is my photography, so which is really cool.
Nice.
And that's what I've been doing, really. And just the usual.
Nice. Well, we've been spacing the podcasts out quite a bit because things have been getting pretty busy for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But still, in that time, we experienced the turn of a new year. And
oh yeah, it's a new year, yeah.
Yep. And
I almost forgot.
And since it's 2025 now, I figured we could take the time to talk about a few movies that were released and announced in that time.
Okay.
Yes.
So, one movie that I saw just before Christmas with Kirsty, I mean literally right before Christmas, like on the 23rd. So, me and Kirsty, we have seen Wicked, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to see that one, but I've seen a few of the music.
Yep.
Or musicals, I should say.
Yep. It's a movie based on a musical, based on a book, based on the original Wizard of Oz books. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not basing it off of.
Yeah, basically, the hit Broadway show has finally hit the big screen. It's the tragic and comical backstory of the Witches of Oz. And wow, the songs, if you thought the Broadway versions were something, then wow. The movie takes it to the extreme.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Isn't that good?
Yeah. Of course, you've got the classic ones like Wizard and I, Popular, and the version of Defying Gravity in this is just insane.
I've seen so many memes on that song.
Yeah.
I think I've even seen like a video of like Sonic singing it, and it's like really hilarious. And then
Yeah.
an auto tune on it.
But yeah, basically, this whole movie is basically the entirety of Act 1 of the Broadway show. So, we'll likely be getting the sequel within the next few years or so, basically detailing what happens in Act 2, which I have a feeling probably won't be as impactful as the first Wicked. I'm not saying it'll be bad, I'm just saying I don't remember. I don't actually remember any of the songs from Act 2 compared to Act 1. So I don't think it will be as memorable, but I still think it'll be quite the tearjerker.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely been incredible. It's pretty strange how a lot of movies that came out in 2024 dealt with sisterly and brotherly relationships coming apart.
Wow.
Because we've got Wicked, and we also had Mufasa and such.
I was thinking about that, yeah.
Which I still haven't seen, but I don't think I'm missing out.
I'd say, to be honest, I've actually seen Mufasa.
Oh, what can you tell us about it?
Yeah, because I seen it at the cinema when I was like, starting to come out and all that. To be honest, I think I prefer it more than the original live action Lion King, the very first one. I know I'll probably get some people might be a bit mad about that, because I know Nearly has briefly talked about it as well, and I know he doesn't really want to watch it anytime soon. But for me, I think I actually did really enjoy the film, even though there's one little thing from that movie that changed the entire thing of the original plot line, between Mufasa and Scar, which I'm not really going to talk about that much, but apart from that, I really enjoyed it, like the animation's improved, his own original concept, and it's really good.
Interesting.
I even got most of the musicals saved in my Spotify, so I've been listening to them all the time, so I really enjoyed the movie.
Well, as much as there were many great movies that were released, many upcoming movies for 2025 have got a lot of people divided and outright despised.
Oh.
One of those movies that's gotten a lot of people divided is the live-action Minecraft movie.
Ah, yes.
Yes, I have seen some of the trailers, and I can see why genuine Minecraft fans would be displeased.
I mean, me.
Now, oh my lord, they've gotten... I mean, I get the hyper-realistic look on the mobs and such, but you're supposed to make the sheep cute and the creeper scary, not the other way round.
Yeah, like, that's what got me, because I don't play Minecraft. I'm just going to come out and say it now. I tried to get into it, I couldn't, but, like, I understand that this game has meant a lot to a lot of people. Like,
that's also me.
Yes, including you, Michael. It's been people's childhoods, it's been people's escapes, it's been what's helped people really let out their creative outlets. With things like that, you really have to show them a lot of respect, because it's not just a game, technically. It's practically a culture in and of itself. So,
yeah, pretty much.
So to kind of treat it that way it's just kind of saddening to look at. Like,
yeah, when I first witnessed the trailer, I was deeply disturbed. Like, I just felt like my whole childhood being ruined.
Yeah, like, not even playing the game, I knew that sheep did not look right.
I mean, the sheep is cross-eyed in Minecraft, I get that, but it doesn't mean literally make it cross-eyed in the movie, because it looks freaking scary.
I think it's even more scary that we're having real-life actors being in this animated world, and not only that, the real-life world is being crossed over into the Minecraft world. Like, why? Can you not keep that separate? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you're gonna do a Minecraft movie, you have to fully commit to the bit. Like, you gotta have these things square.
Like
the,
Jack
what
Black
comes to-
as Steve, I don't buy it. I can buy Jack Black as Bowser in the Super Mario movie, but you can't just stick Jack Black in a blue t-shirt and call him Steve. He's not even got the right skin color.
I mean, it's not a mustache.
Yeah, I love Jack Black as much as the next guy, but there's such a thing as a time and a place.
I mean, does Steve have a beard like that? I don't think so.
No.
I suppose you can make a custom skin that could have a thick beard like that, but that's not what default Steve looks like.
Yeah, like...
It's kind of accurate, but kind of not.
The mix of live action and animation doesn't really mesh well from what I can tell either. Like, what comes to mind when I think of a Minecraft movie would be something done by someone called Zamination. I don't know if any of you heard of him, but he does Minecraft YouTube videos. Like, he does like song covers in a Minecraft style, which is actually really good. Like, I suggest that you guys take a look at him, because he does animation and it does look pretty smooth. Like, that is what I would have imagined a Minecraft movie looking like.
Yeah.
But what you guys ended up getting, rather, it was, even I could tell that was not what Minecraft is supposed to be.
Yeah. And such a random assortment of live action characters. Like, you've got Aquaman's Jason Momoa. You've got Enid from Wednesday.
That sounds like name dropping for the sake of being able to name drop these people, not like with the intent of having genuine actors in there.
Yeah. Just because they're popular doesn't mean they're assortment.
Yeah, they're not the best fit for this kind of story.
Yeah, it's a random group, I have to say.
Yeah. But
if they don't like at least make the story interesting, then I'm not even gonna bother.
But speaking of odd casting choices, there is one other movie that's coming out which has a lot of people divided. One that's been hyped up for quite a while, but ever since the teaser, the internet are already questioning it.
I might have a feeling what it is.
Shrek 5.
Oh.
I have my thoughts as well.
Yeah, that's another one.
Now, there are several points of criticism that people have with just this brief teaser trailer. One of them being the redesigns.
Yeah, like, the characters themselves are recognizable, but there's just something about, like, the way they look, or I'm sure it's like the animation engine or it's the way they're animated, but they just seem so rubbery looking.
Yeah, now, I get it. I get that animation has changed within the past 20 years. It's been like 15 years since the last official Shrek movie. And I also get the idea that it's been quite a number of years and the characters are all going to look older, but there's something about Shrek just looking wrinkled and Donkey almost looking like he's got a beard. It's like, it's really unusual.
They feel too smooth, in my opinion. Like I say, rubbery. It's just... The thing... Also, there was that one trailer clip where they're looking at the mirror and they're swiping through it like it's TikTok. I feel that just doesn't feel Shrek to me. Like, I know it references pop culture, but it was usually in a very timeless feeling way. Like, even out, like, if you looked at the Shrek movies now, the references they make are, you wouldn't have to have been there for them. It was just like, oh yeah, a funny thing that may have referenced something, but it's still funny on its own, whereas that just feels like it's poking at, like, modern society in a way that Shrek doesn't really do.
Yeah, which is another point of criticism that people are bringing up, and it's the number one problem that I have with where this movie could be going. they are going to acknowledge the internet side of Shrek. The horrifying,
Please, no.
the horrifying SFM stuff, the memes, the Photoshop images. Like, let me tell you, if this movie acknowledges Shrek is love, Shrek is life, I am never watching another DreamWorks movie again.
We're boycotting DreamWorks, straight up.
We can Sonic the Hedgehog movie this, folks. We can make it happen again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only option we have right now.
Yeah, it's just like, nothing about it is right. The animation feels too rubbery and clean because Shrek in the past has always had, like, a slight layer of grunge, shall we say. Like, it's always been slightly dirty in a way. Not to say it's a dirty movie, it's just like, it's making fun of the classic Disney stuff. It's like, it's taking all that tra-la-lying and sort of slapping it with a bit of reality. Like, no, you would not get away with that here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But here it's just like, how do you do, fellow kids? Like, oh, look, TikTok and Shrek thirst traps and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
We're hip with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the different designs, I can probably see that they're trying to make them look almost a bit like Puss in Boots' Last Wish-ish, but
they're just missing the mark. It feels like such a shame after Puss in Boots and the Last Wish.
I know. How did we go from Last Wish to this? Like,
that rhymes.
Last Wish was peak. It had everything. How could you disrespect Shrek in this manner?
Well,
I'm really not like Shrek as much.
Well, internet, we've got 2 years before this monstrosity hits the big screen, so let them have it. Let them know how we feel.
Do best.
Yeah, gotta do what we gotta do.
Like, you
do best.
Like, another thing I will bring up. Zendaya. Now, I get that Zendaya has been in quite a number of films, but Hollywood needs to stop doing this trend of, oh, they're popular, let's put them in this movie. And
time and place again.
Because honestly, if Zendaya's voicing one of Shrek's kids, all we need now is Chris Pratt and Awkwafina to voice the other two, and then we'd have the trifecta.
Oh my.
Seriously, just because they're popular actors doesn't mean they need to voice every single character without changing their voice in the slightest.
Oh my God.
I've seen enough of Awkwafina in movies. Like, I've seen her in Shang-Chi, she's been in Kung Fu Panda 4, she's been in The Bad Guys. Like, come on, let us have someone else, please.
Variation is the spice of life.
Rant over.
Oh my God. Yeah.
This has been fun.
This has been an interesting podcast so far.
Yeah.
I'm Randy Newman, and you're listening to TBI.
Well, you've waited long enough. It's time for the month's most ridiculous headlines.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I was waiting for my moment.
Yeah. You had to step up to the plate for
I
us.
had to. I gotta take on Johnny's role for now.
Okay. In this month's news, several zoos are now giving their visitors special glasses so that they don't make direct eye contact with the gorillas.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Okay
Now,
then.
I'm just gonna send the picture in the podcast Dropbox, so just wait till you see what these things look like. It looks like a Snapchat filter.
What in the world?
That is peculiar.
It's like every one of these glasses, everyone's giving them the side eye. Like, no, I'm not looking directly ahead of me. I'm looking this way. Or am I looking that way? Or that way? Or that way? For those who don't know, I'm going cross-eyed when I do that. Like, am I going this way or am I going that way? This way, that way, this way, that way.
I think we can tell.
Now, I've seen enough videos of gorillas in zoos. They are capable of breaking the glass, so maybe these glasses will save a few people.
Yeah, if it's smart enough, that is.
Yeah.
Random idea I've ever seen.
Honestly, I'd just go to the zoo just to get those glasses.
Best idea, actually.
Forget the animals. I want some of those.
Bring back a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably could.
Could wear them on the podcasts.
Which the audience probably won't see, but it'll be
I'll never do that.
it'll be thumbnail material, definitely.
Oh, yes. I want to see that.
Maybe someday. All right. Here's another headline for you. Scientists have created genetically engineered woolly mice in an effort to try and bring back the woolly mammoth.
I feel like there's a layer of irony there.
How so?
Well, in cartoons, it always seemed like elephant creatures are afraid of mice, plus the size difference.
Yeah. I mean, these mice do look adorable. They've got like an extra layer of fur, so...
They get mice perms.
Yeah, so it's one step closer to bringing mammoths back to life, so...
Have they learned nothing from Jurassic Park?
I don't think we have.
Well,
We never learned anything from a horror movie, never learned that. Oh.
Oh dear.
I mean,
We're doomed.
they've come this far. Just engineer some tusks on these mice, and then you'd be perfect.
No.
Mini myths.
Mini
I don't wanna
myths.
imagine that.
I love that. Mini myths. Oh,
We just made an abomination.
the next new hit pets, mini myths.
Oh, God.
I'd get one.
I wouldn't.
Probably not.
I know that's a great idea.
Here's another headline. Peppa Pig's mum, Mummy
no.
Pig, has announced
No.
that she is pregnant with a third child.
No. Not this.
I mean, 20 years of gracing our screens, and oh, now Peppa Pig's deciding to do something new and original.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean,
Do we have to mention
Why
this?
not?
why are you so shocked by this, Michael?
Because I've seen it and I don't want to remember what happened.
Oh, God. Oh, you're the one putting
Not
these
in that
images
way.
out there.
Happened? What do you mean by what happened, Michael?
What?
You don't want to remember what happened. What exactly do you mean by what happened, Michael? Were you somehow complicit in this making of the third child?
What? No! Let me say such a thing.
Okay, so when a mummy pig and a daddy pig love each other very much.
But not quite enough, so they start looking elsewhere.
I mean,
I was not even thinking about that.
Peppa
Wow.
Pig's been like 3 years old for 20 years, and only now are they deciding, hey, let's shake things up a bit.
That's why I'm disturbed.
Yeah, you
I wasn't
seem
thinking
to be
about
food
that.
distraught by this news.
Oh,
Like,
dear.
why are they even bringing that into Peppa Pig?
Why not?
No matter
not?
what happens, Peppa Pig, you've had your chance. Let Bluey have your spotlight from now on.
I was just gonna say, why does it just feel like they're just trying to be like Bluey? Some sense.
Well, regardless, this summer we'll be seeing a third piglet, and goodness knows what's going to happen from then on.
Aw, uncooked bacon.
Oh, God.
I'm vegetarian, and that sounds. Yeah.
Even that can't help you. Oh, dear.
I was just gonna say before the Peppa Pig stuff. So how does the aging work? Because are they like The Simpsons? When they don't age or something?
Technically.
Because,
Well, much the same as any cartoon family.
but
Yeah.
how... When they can... I don't want to even think about it.
So
I'm
I
don't.
can word it.
Let's just talk about another headline, shall we?
Good idea.
Yeah, move on.
Okay. A plate of peeled bananas has once again appeared on a street corner in Beeston.
Okay.
I have several questions.
I think I do as well.
So apparently, every month for over a year now, in Beeston, just out of nowhere, just a plate of peeled bananas will just appear out in the street. Nobody knows who's leaving them around and what for, but there you have them, I guess.
I won't fault a man his hobbies.
I mean, it's a waste of perfectly good bananas. Like, why are you just leaving them out? Who's gonna eat that?
The homeless.
I mean,
God.
good point. Maybe. I don't know.
At least leave the skins on. They'll last longer. What are they? Are they looking for those escaped lab monkeys that were released last winter?
Oh, God. Trying to draw them out.
I mean, that's the only reason I can think of. Like, what better way to lure out a monkey than a plate full of bananas?
Fair.
Yay.
Well, the last headline that I have, it's also a pun.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
how lovely.
So, a cow has given birth to quadruplets. It's a 1 in 108 million chance. Their names are Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Moo.
Oh, how cute.
Yes.
I won't be a terrible pun, but okay.
At least it wasn't Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Fred.
Oh, God, yeah.
That would have been like the ultimate wasted opportunity. Like, well, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Why don't we call them Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Fred?
I mean, that would be a completely random thing.
But yeah, I'm looking at a picture of them now. What a sight.
How lovely.
And just in time for Easter as well.
Oh, yeah. With all the Easter.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of running out of things to say here, unless anybody else wants to bring anything up.
I'm pretty sure I've already said what I've already said at the beginning, so. I don't think.
Rowan?
Nothing to add.
Very well. So, whether or not these movies will do well or not, it'll all be down to what we think. But regardless, there were still some good movies that were released in 2024 even.
Back to the future.
Literally just saw Moana 2 just there recently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
A lot of people are saying it's not as good as the first. Honestly, I love it just as much as the first. Like, originally, Moana 2 was actually going to be a series, like a streaming series on Disney Plus.
oh,
But they ultimately combined essentially all of season 1 into one movie. And it kind of shows, because there's a lot of, like,
jumping around.
yeah, there's a lot of deep story and stuff that's brought up. There's quite a few characters that are introduced and don't really have much of a point to the overall story, but the ending is quite incredible because, oh my gosh, if you thought Moana was a great Disney heroine, oh my lord, the ending just makes her a million times better.
Oh,
Really?
half tempted now.
But yeah, they are setting up for future stories, definitely, whether that be in the form of Moana 3 or actually producing a Moana series. But regardless, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah. The songs aren't as memorable in this, unfortunately, which is
I
another...
can't have it all.
Yeah. And, but regardless, I still enjoyed it. So, it's out now on Disney Plus, so feel free to watch it if you're interested.
Well, that gives me another movie night, I guess.
Yeah. So, with all that, I think we've covered everything for this podcast. So, don't know when the next one will be, but regardless, we'll see you then. So,
Yeah.
until next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.